Shalom, Mafia. I want to start out by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone who taught me this truth. Salutations to the hopeful elect that surround the four corners of the earth, and also the best to teach word and sincerity. This is the brother Iowa Lamia, from Judement, Chicago, coming back at you with another lesson, to discuss this article. I'm basically entitled it, Judgment, going back to Zephaniah 3 and 5, Judgment, is going forth. Nobody is safe from judgment, so to say. So this is from CNN.com. It says 3 charged in connection with weekend shooting of 2 Chicago officers, one of whom died. It says 3 men have been charged in connection with a weekend shooting that killed a Chicago police officer, including one with federal officials accused of buying a weapon in a straw purchase in another state. It just basically goes on to show that these different officials, these cops, whether you be a nigga on the block or a cop serving the force, judgment, how can I say it? Judgment, doesn't discriminate. It says Officer Ella French, 29, died as a result of Saturday's shooting, according to Chicago Police Superintendent David Brown. And we know Chicago hold a lot of niggas. It says the other officer who's been with the department for 6 years is in critical condition as Sunday, Brown said. And Morgan, 21, has been charged with 1 count of first-degree murder, 2 counts of attempted murder of a police officer, 1 count of aggravated unlawful use of a weapon with a prior conviction, and 1 count of unlawful use of a weapon by a felon. According to a news release from the department, Eric Morgan, 22, has been charged with unlawful use of a weapon by a felon, 1 count of aggravated unlawful use of a weapon with a prior conviction and obstruction of justice. And the release said, Brown said a woman who was also in the car was not charged. It just basically goes to show you that, the Lord, once the Lord, bring that judgment forth, you're going to perish. Like I said before, it doesn't matter who you is. You could be a child, an elderly person, a disabled person. It doesn't matter. If you've been wicked in your past life, this life, or several lives, before this one, the Lord is going to judge you, It says the Department of Justice has charged Jamo Danzy, 29, of Indiana, with conducting a straw purchase to obtain the semi-automatic handgun used in Saturday's shooting, according to a news release from the department. Danzy brought the gun in Hammond, Indiana, from a federal firearms dealer in March, and is accused of knowingly making a false written statement to acquire a firearm, according to the criminal complaint filed in the U.S. District in Chicago. But, I just wanted to bring out a few, paragraphs from this article. But if you want to read the rest, it's from CNN.com, this is the, because, when things like this happen, a lot of people blame it on the devil. Like, the devil did this. But what? Yahweh Shem Shah controls the left and the right-hand side. This is the Lord, doing this. Like I said before, a lot of things happen is because of people, being wicked. The Lord doesn't do things just to do things. This is Amos 3 and 6. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in a city and the Lord has not done it? Right, what I was just going back to. A lot of people blamed it on, a lot of people, like to blame it on the devil. The devil did this, the devil did that, but what? It's the Lord that actually does these things, Going back, a few months ago, it was actually a kid that was, killed, in the I believe it was the McDonald's drive-thru. And a lot of people, like to, put blame on something else, but in actuality, it was the Most High, that do these things. So read it again. Amos 3 and 6. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in the city and the Lord has not done it? Yeah, because the Lord deals with a balance at the end of the day. The Lord kills and the Lord makes alive. This is the Lord's movie. If the Lord wants you dead, he will kill you. If the Lord wants you alive, he will, he will preserve you, for either something worse or, something better. This is the Lord, that does these things. This is Zephaniah 3 and 5. The Lord, Salakia, Zephaniah 3 and 5. The just Lord is in the midst thereof. He will not do iniquity. Every morning does he bring his judgment to light. He faileth not, but the unjust knoweth no shame. Right. Every day the Lord brings out judgment. Like I said before, in the start of the lesson, no matter who you is, kid, elderly, a person that, tries to so-called by their understanding doing the right thing, the Lord brings out judgment, every day. It doesn't matter who you is. He faileth not, but the unjust knoweth no shame. Right. When the Lord judgment goes forth, the Lord doesn't fail. And like I said before, either if the Lord wants you alive or the Lord wants you dead, his judgment never fails. And we see that evidently by everything that goes on here in the city of Chicago. Niggas, drop like flies every day, And this is in everything, it's all of the Lord's doing, And I'm gonna cut off with this one. This is a good one to close out the lesson on. Job 4:7, because a lot of people, like to think, since a child or whatever the case may be, a police officer, getting killed, a lot of people of this world think they're, they're righteous and innocent. But what does the Lord say? This is Job 4:7. Remember, I pray thee, whoever perished being innocent, or where were the righteous cut off? Right. It's nobody on this planet Earth, died being, innocent. Nobody. A kid, myself, anybody, Nobody is born being innocent, because what? We live several lifetimes, before. This is not the only time we live, going back to reincarnation, that's another lesson for another day. But, none of us is born being innocent. Everybody in this world, went off. So read that again, Job 4:7. Remember, I pray thee, whoever perished being innocent. Nobody has perished being innocent. Or where were the righteous cut off? Right. Because what? The Lord does, talks about how righteousness is like filthy rags, roughly paraphrasing. Nobody in this life is, is innocent. Though we try to be as perfect as we can possibly be, but nobody is born being innocent. And that's why these judgment goes forth, going back to Zephaniah 3 and 5, how the Lord, bring his judgment to light. Nobody is born being innocent, and that's why these things are happening. That Lord willing, the Lord continue to have mercy upon us. Though we have, though we, fall, a couple of times, Lord willing, the Lord continues to have mercy, compassion upon us, So Lord willing, I hope this lesson was edifying to the elect. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and our apostles of Great Millstone who taught me this truth. Salutations to the hopeful elect that's around the four corners of the earth, and also the best teachers who are in sincerity. Lord willing, I hope this is edifying, and Lord willing, I'll come back with another lesson soon. Shalom.